You're doing an event. You got Women of Apex coming up. What's that all about?
Literally everyone that comes to this event. So everybody that comes is like awesome and a powerhouse, but they're totally okay with being vulnerable and be like, look, this crazy stuff is going on in my life. I'm having the hardest time.
Men, they don't go to therapy. They start a podcast, right? Whereas women, they'll actually communicate with each other.
Getting able to really connect with people is what I'm really excited for this year. And it's crazy because there's with most people that come to these events, even my women's event, like they're
oh my gosh, I was fighting with my husband, this. We've been hating each other, and I just finally decided to get a divorce. I filled my papers, and I bought a ticket to Women of Apex.
and I'm like, yay!
Everybody needs a good mentor, a good leader to see what a strong individual looks like.
But a lot of times people have this crazy event happen to them that made them finally take that leap to like decide to invest in themselves. And now is the time. And hearing those stories and talking to them about it and letting them know you did the right thing and we are going to do this together and it's going to be amazing. And in 3 months, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I went to that event.
Welcome to Meet the Stewmans. I'm Ryan.
And I am your giggly other better half, much better looking half.
So
That was notable.
you're doing an event. You got Women of Apex coming up. What's that all about?
It's all about awesomeness and fantasticness and wonderfulness. And more specifically,
Yes,
it is
please.
the one event a year that's Apex branded that I get to plan, and it's for ladies. And it's truly women that they're going to help you just overall just expand upon your life, like aligning how Apex does. We help you be healthier, more confident. We just ultimately nurture you into becoming the best version of yourself. But it's me, so we're gonna have fun too. And my highest ticket tier, we get dinner, a nice little dinner at this beautiful restaurant right over here the night before with the speakers, event the day of, and I have amazing speakers coming out. Some wonderful ladies that are just powerhouses. I have Amberly Lago, I have Sheena Sapaula, and I have Bridget Battles, and lovely Andrea Franco too coming out. They're all four gonna help me with the day. And I have this beautiful gal, Ashley Owens, who's gonna be emceeing. So it's gonna be a lineup of powerhouse ladies in all different shapes, sizes, forms, and backgrounds. And I'm just really excited to see it come together in a powerful day. But more specifically, the fun part that I'm really excited about too, really kind of unique for any kind of event we've done. I feel like usually we have amazing people on stage and we learn from it, but I wanted to make it a little more full circle, unique and exciting for kind of the industry a little bit. So we have my champagne lounge, which will be at the end of the event. We're going to have champagne and hors d'oeuvres, live music, and some vendors for us to do a little shopping. I have a boutique coming. There's a permanent jewelry gal. I have an esthetician who's going to do some spa stuff. And then my best friend Megan is a gorgeous painter, and she will have some of her fine art there for us to peruse and just take in all the beauty. So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
So
I like it. I never show up to these events.
You show up for the end to be supportive.
I'm not a woman, so I don't belong there. But, you know, the way that I run events is like, get shit together, go fuck the world up. Let's go to war, right? And while, like, Apex ladies love that shit, right? But there's another side. I'm a very masculine guy. I'm reminded this story of my buddy John Cheplak, who's speaking at MDM this year. You know, he went to go meet with this spiritual healer lady in Hawaii one time. And before she would meet with him, she made him leave and go take a shower. She's like, you have so much masculine energy. I cannot take it. You got to go.
That is unreal. You got a shower.
And
that takes it off, just a shower?
I don't know, man. But she was like, maybe she had hidden cameras in there. I don't know the whole story. But John's a pretty sexy guy. But, you know, maybe she made him go go into the ocean or something like that. But regardless of what it was,
yourself,
he was like such a masculine ball of energy. And John's a very empathetic, amazing human. Now, this is a long time ago. But, you know, I'm the same way. You know, I'm like, just go, go, go. Let's, you know, like hammer it out. And you're more of the nurturer, And ladies need that. While they need both sides, we all need masculine and feminine energy. We all need somebody who can, like, fuck your excuses, and then we need somebody who's like, I love you regardless. Let me show you some
I can
grace.
make you get rid of your excuses on your own with being polite.
Yes, and it's just, you know what, two methodologies, the same result, the same intention and same result. And I think this is great for not just the Apex ladies because it's open to the public, but just for women in general, because women have different needs emotionally than necessarily a man does, right? And men have different needs emotionally than a woman does. Men, they don't go to therapy, they start a podcast, right? Whereas women, they'll actually communicate with each other and talk about. Women typically, and I'm no master of the human anatomy, but they're typically feelings first, and dudes typically suppress feelings. And so to come and discuss the feelings and the energy that comes from that room and all of that stuff is amazing that you get to do this, because I can't think of a better leader to put these on. And you've got,
thank you.
Even though I don't know all of the women, I know most of them, but there's a couple of them that I don't know that are going to be speaking there, and I'll watch the replays because I'm excited to hear what they say. But you have, Amberly, who's this powerhouse, very masculine type of woman, and in a sense of not like how she looks or anything, but just how she carries herself and her energy. And then you've got Sheena, who's very, very masculine powerhouse, built an amazing business through PHP and stuff. And then, like you said, you've got Megan's going to be there, and Megan's a big, just a big ball of empathetic energy. You're an alpha female, but you're very feminine. And so to be able to put those folks together and really just be able to have a connection more than anything else. Yes, you're going to learn. Yes, you're going to learn business. Yes, you're going to learn mindset, mental toughness, all those great things if you're a woman and attends that. But you're going to be able to connect with other people and really share that energy. And I know when I walk into the room at the end of the event last year, it's kind of fucked up because some asshole was dancing on my McLaren.
Yeah,
remember
let's
that?
talk about that.
Yeah. Like, literally, she threw the event last year in Dallas, and fucking Dallas, man. Like, we don't live in Dallas. We live in the suburbs for these very reasons, right? When we used to live in Dallas, Amy's like, I can't go to Walmart without carrying a gun because I feel like I'm going to get shot there. It's like a crazy big city. So I pull up to the Adolphus Hotel, and I'm driving my 720, the one that I have now, and I pull up to the hotel, park it in valet, and somebody runs upstairs and they're like, Stewman, somebody's standing on the hood of your car. And I was like, you guys, I'm just trying to go to the event. Quit trying to prank me. Where's Ashton Kutcher at? You know what I mean? Like, because who stands on the fucking hood of a 720, right?
A homeless guy.
A fucking homeless guy. A fucking crackhead homeless guy. And so by the time I get out there, security has this dude, those big old things that you push with bags and stuff on that the bellboys have? They have this dude underneath that, and two dudes are sitting on top of him, waiting 45 fucking minutes for the Dallas Police Department to show up and arrest this guy.
I'm just impressed they actually did arrest him, because Dallas does not like to do their job.
They don't like to fucking do anything.
Don't like
Remember that time that guy almost died in our penthouse, and then the cops they didn't even show up, just the ambulance showed up. They're like, the cops didn't even come. Jim Friel, remember that? That was fuck crazy.
I remember that.
And he just passed out, and I thought he was dead. So I did what anybody
in our kitchen, boom, his
like
hat
Pulp Fiction
flew
type
like
of
30
shit. So I
feet.
drug his ass onto the elevator and went downstairs. And Amy's like, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, don't call the cops.
And I was like,
We got
"That's
weed
what
in
you
here,
do."
right? Like, there's fucking weed in here. Don't call the cops. She's like, I'm calling them
This is
anyway. I
back
was like,
when
God
weed was
damn it, I'm
still
gonna have to
illegal.
coach her on this for the future. But he lived. He's okay. He lived. He's fine. He's fine. And turns out he was just dehydrated.
Inside joke without telling us you have an inside joke.
Just turns out he was dehydrated. So we say that because my oldest son, went to go see his grandfather's brother, and he's like, everybody thought that the grandfather's brother was.
They planned the visit because they thought the guy
They
was
were going to
that
a
was his
funeral.
last
Yeah,
weekend.
they thought it was his last weekend. They
thought
were going to
this
a
was it.
funeral. Like 4 or 5 days later, Jackson comes back, and I was like, "What happened, buddy?" And he goes, "He lived." So
like he's still around.
yeah, he's still here. He
alive.
lived. So we say that all the time,
Anyway. But no, so the last Woman of Apex event, that's how it ended. It was awful.
I didn't get to see any of
it.
it.
We were on this meteoric high. It was an amazing day. And honestly, what I think is the best part about the event is just the ladies that come. So you hit the nail on the head when describing my unique weirdness of a personality, where I'm very, very alpha,
Definitely
but I'm very,
weird.
very female.
100%.
I'm very feminine, but I am very firm and alpha.
Yep.
And so I'm a very unique individual, and I attract a lot of those. And so that's literally everyone that comes to this event. So everybody that comes is like, awesome and a powerhouse, but they're totally okay with being vulnerable and be like, look, this crazy stuff is going on in my life. I'm having the hardest time. And it's such a good day. It's so many amazing, like, it's so much fun. So many people literally tell me, thank you so much for your event. I met my new best friend. Thank you so much for your event. You literally launched my career. Like, I was so, like, you gave me all the tools in my toolbox to take this giant step in my life I've always been wanting to take. And that's everybody. Like, it makes me feel so good. And honestly, I feel so bad because every year, then the time comes around to plan this event, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do this. I want to do this event, but I'm so busy. And I'm like, no, I have to do this event because the outcome is unreal. And the energy is just pure magic in the room. And it's just, I'm excited for it to happen again. And it's my third one now. So I feel like I've got, the knack of it and just creating an incredible environment for everybody to just have the best day.
And we're doing it here, so there's no homeless people here.
There's no homeless. Best news.
I'll never forget. They had that guy under the bellhop cart, and I'm sitting there going, bro, what the fuck were you thinking? And one of the ladies goes, that's fucking Ryan Stewman's car. He'll fucking kill you. It's like, whoa, don't tell him my name. Fuck. Like, I don't want this fucking guy to know my name. Fuck, he gets out of jail with a vengeance or some shit. Like, leave it alone. Shut up. Who's Ryan Stewman? The fuck that guy, That was Tamara's sister, her twin sister.
Oh, Tiffany. Oh, yes. Tara.
Yeah, I'm like, no, don't tell him my name.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, I need to reach out to Tara.
So, last year you had a lady, I don't remember her name, it doesn't matter, we don't have to say it, but she seemed like she was a little tipsy. She was pretty hot and heavy there with the splits and the jumping jacks and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of them were. They made it a girls' trip.
They're just having a good time.
They all came in for a girls' trip, having a great time. It was amazing.
She was,
but that's what it is. Like, it's just a big old girl party. It's fun.
It really was. The 3 seconds that I was there. It was because I think Sunny is the one that came out. Yeah, it was Sunny. She's like, there's somebody, and I know Sunny pretty well. She's been in Apex for a long time. She's like, there's somebody standing on the hood of your car. I'm like, Sunny, knock it off. Like, nobody's doing that. And she goes, I think you should go downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Get the fuck out of here. I didn't even take the elevator. I just took the stairs. It was like getting down there.
I love it.
Sure enough, good times. But that won't happen this year because we're not in Dallas.
We're not in Dallas. Yeah. We're here at home.
Yeah, in the 75093 zip code, the richest zip code in the richest county in Texas. So we make sure that I think it's illegal to be homeless here. So you're throwing an event. That's really cool. And how many times have you done this now?
This is my third.
Third. Man, it seems like you've been doing it longer than that. What made you decide to do that in the first place?
When we have events here at the office, just regular Apex events for clients, they're amazing.
Just regular Apex events.
Just regular Apex events. When it would be between speakers or when it would be at lunch, the girls would get together and, man, it's a certain breed of female who chooses to learn from you. Yeah. I know.
Bad motherfuckers, that's for sure.
And the conversations that would be had were unreal and so good and powerful and like mirrors like what my event is now. And I just relished in those moments. It was so much fun, like getting to hang with those girls. And I'm like, man, this sucks that this is just a lunch. This sucks that this is just like an after. Like, let's make an event just for us. And so I did that. And then I also wanted to, pony up a little bit more on that and just, expand upon the idea and think of, well, let's do it for women in Apex, women of Apex. But then also I want it to be the wives of the husbands.
Yeah, because that's a big deal. Because dudes, you should send your wife to this because husbands will come up to Amy and myself all the time and be like, man, my wife needs to be a part of this. My wife needs to hear from you. Especially when you speak, that's a big feedback that I get. It's like, man, I wish my wife was here to hear Amy speak. Yeah. Are you speaking at this event?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to open it
Because last year you didn't. You just hosted, right?
Last year I hosted, but I didn't really speak. No.
Which is weird. They all came to see you and you just hosted it.
I know, because remember,
way to be a woman of the people, Amy.
I don't know. I didn't want to.
Amy's not an attention whore.
No, I didn't think to make it about me. I was really just providing a platform for them.
Right.
And bringing people that I admired, looked up to, and thought was really brilliant that they could learn from and provide that platform to them and the room for them to come into to really partake in that. But that was the big feedback was they were like, well, they really wanted to hear from me. I'm like, they did? I don't know.
Me?
So, little old me. All right. So I'm going to open the event with something great. I've got all the amazing speakers, got an amazing MC too. I'm so excited. And then I'm going to close it out too.
Awesome. So you're going to make up for last year by hitting them twice.
I'm going to make up for last year. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
So if you're a dude and you're watching this, which you probably are because you're on my channel, like send your wife to this. Was it Women of Apex? WomenOfApex.com?
WomenOfApex.com.
WomenOfApex.com. It is Saturday, June 1st.
Saturday, June 1st.
So if you're here for Flying Friday, bring your wife. We'll let her sit in Flying Friday too. No extra charge. I'll do that for you guys. Just make sure you RSVP so we can feed her because you don't want a hungry wife. And then, dudes, if you're watching this and, you've never really had a place to get your wife plugged in, send them to Women of Apex because everybody needs a good mentor, a good leader to see what a strong individual looks like. And that's why we throw $1 Million Mastermind in our Apex events. But coming and seeing this lineup of powerhouse women that Amy has put together, I mean, Amberly almost lost her leg and has come back just as a fucking powerhouse. Sheena is one of the top producers at PHP. Her and Matt are such amazing people. I don't know Sheena that well, but I know how highly Matt speaks of her and all the people.
She's brilliant.
I know Patrick Bet-David pretty well, and I know a lot of PHP people pretty well, and I'm always told that she's the one. And I mean, the CEO of PHP plays her son's on the Colton's baseball team, and Tigran said the same thing. Sheena's such a powerhouse. So, she's a great speaker. You're going to get to learn from her. And I'm interested to know about the other ladies. I know Andrea, obviously, but what was the other lady? Bridget?
Bridget Battles, yeah. So Ashley Owens, who the MC is, she's amazing. Dylan's girlfriend.
Who?
You know her. Dylan's girlfriend, Ashley.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She has just...
I'm a dude's dude, so I don't really be thinking about any other woman besides my wife, so you have to forgive me there.
Smart man. And honestly, I feel like this is with all the ladies. Like, they're the type of women where they walk into a room and their presence is just felt.
Yeah, she's a hell of a networker.
She's so amazing, and she's brilliant, and she's so funny. And she's who actually clued me in with Bridget.
Okay.
And said, you need to have this woman at your event. I said, sold.
And
absolutely.
what's Bridget's story?
Bridget is an expert in, they say styling and branding, but really I feel like she's that person that really helps you really understand your greatness and your power and stand in your power and styles you and helps you show how fantastic you are. And I feel like that's a lot of women. That's a big start. Like, hello, like I had an event last year and I was like, Willie, y'all want me to speak? A lot of us, like, it's just in our nature to be a little selfless, in our nature to be self-deprecating, and to really have someone help you harness that and showcase that is amazing, and that's what Bridget's going to do for us.
Is she going to come out and tell everybody to wash their hair in Coca-Cola?
They might. I don't know.
If you didn't watch Standing on Business, you'll get the reference.
Yeah. That still blows my mind a little bit, but I'm going to try it now. Shoot. I'm not.
No, you're not. Shampoo's like $3 a bottle, and Coca-Cola is like $3 a bottle.
When it comes to shiny hair, the cost does not matter.
Yeah, because I fit the bill. Let's just be real.
Some Coca-Cola right now. I got some tangles. I'm just kidding. But no, so my event's coming up in just under 3 weeks, and my platinum VIP is already sold out. It happens every year that the top tier always gets sold out first. And I always have to pop open an extra 1, 2. I'm like, I can't accept anymore because we won't ever have a dinner the night before. But I still have regular VIP and GA available.
And doesn't that include an MDM ticket? VIP does? No. Okay.
It can. DM me and we'll work out a deal. Okay. I don't know. I'm all about helping people. I want you to come to the event. So talk to me about it.
Because next up after that, we have $1 Million Mastermind, which is the event that we've done this is our 7th or 8th year now. In a 7th year. No, 8th, because we started in 2017, so it'll actually be our 8th year.
It was Break for Academy reunion.
7th year. So I'm not good with math. But I am good with math. I just not fast math in front of an audience. So this will be our 7th year doing this. We are at Toyota Stadium. We have amazing women and men speaking at this event. Amy will speak at it again. We've got John Cheplack, who I just mentioned, Mr. Masculine Energy in Hawaii. And why have a 6-pack when you could have 12? And who
Seems excessive.
John's an
Do we have 12
amazing
outs? I
human,
think it's
just
max
one of my
at 8.
favorite people. We got Tommy Mello, guy runs a $200 million a year business out of Scottsdale, Arizona. We've got 5 people up there that will have exited and taken on private equity, that have exited and taken on private equity or sold their business. So if you're a business owner, if you're in sales, we got Sam Taggart, who's going to teach sales. He's a great door-to-door salesperson, which is one of the hardest forms of sales to master. And Sam, man, I mean, we were talking about him the other night. He teaches people how to go get a badge from the local government that says that you're on the lookout for suspicious human trafficking activities, so that when you're knocking doors and the police come by and they're like, what are you after? And it's like, oh, we're looking for pedophiles. You know, like, and you get a pass. Like, the guy is brilliant on how he does.
That's a thing?
Yes, that's fucking, and it's a certification that you take, and dude, it's absolutely. But this is the kind of stuff that you're only going to learn at the $1 Million Mastermind. It's brilliant. We got Dan Martell, guy's done 9 figures in software exits. He's the author of the book Buy Back Your Time, which is one of my favorite books as an entrepreneur. Victor Rancor sold his HVAC business for 8 figures. Nihal Kaiser sold his roofing company for 8 figures. And Nihal's going to be talking about culture and everything else. Ibrahim Hussein, multi-country, top-producing real estate broker in 2 different countries, just an amazing human, great leader. I mean, we've got every ethnicity, every background, every type of business, like just an unreal lineup. So going to Women of Apex if you're a woman, and then making sure that you buy your ticket to MDM, milliondollarmastermind.com as well. Tickets start at $97, so there's no excuse not to be there. There's no excuse not to bring your team. And that's, you know, that's what Meet the Stewmans is this week. We're like in the thick of putting these events on. You know, you're 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away from your Women of Apex event. I just did the math today. We're about 70 days away from $1 Million Mastermind. The sponsorships are coming in. We're selling tickets like hotcakes, and, you know, we're going to have a few thousand people there. And, you know, but it's hard work doing all this. You know, people think, oh, I want to, there's 2 types of speakers. And I'm not lucky enough to be the second type very often, but there's 2 types of speakers, the ones that throw their events, and that's what we do. And that's the hard part, because we have to find other speakers, we have to make arrangements, we have to find venues, we have to find MCs, we got to put in the work and do that stuff. And then there's a second type of speaker, which is what most people think is going to happen. They're just going to show up and talk and leave. That's the easy job. Show up, talk, and leave, right? Like, lucky, if you're someone lucky like Ed Milet, you can get paid big money to do that. Most people, they do it for free because they're trying to get social media clout and stuff like that. But we became the people that folks pay to speak on their stages because we started building our own stage. You know, it started with 5 people, then 3 people, then 8 people, then 12 people, and we've grown it now to thousands of people and hundreds and dozens of people in our small events and hundreds of people at our medium-sized events. And that's what we do. So it's not just us just showing up and speaking. It takes a whole village to put this on, you know, and we try to make memorable events. Like, anybody can come and learn sales or social media or building a business or mindset stuff, and that's great. Anybody can come learn that, but we try to give an overall experience where it's like, man, I came there, I met amazing people, the music was great, the venue was amazing, the way the staff handled themselves, everything was meticulous, everything was thought of, they didn't miss any single details. Like, this is the kind of experience that we put on. It's very stressful. You know, it's very stressful financially. It's very stressful emotionally, because we don't want to let people down. We got to be at the top of our game with what we're going to say and what we're going to perform and how we're going to deliver the message to the people. You know, a lot of that goes into it. It's a lot of pressure, and it's very exhausting the day of, wouldn't you admit?
It is, but you know what? Like, it doesn't feel like exhaustion really anymore.
When you're in it,
it feels so good. You know, you're so excited about what you're doing.
It's like running a marathon. When you're running the marathon, you're focused on getting to the finish line. But then after the marathon, you're like, dude, I need 2 days to rest up.
No, that's the one thing that is always so funny every year is, like, you're in the middle of this insane event. There's thousands of people. There's, like, the lights. There's the smoke machine. That's so much energy and so much noise and so fast paced. And then you come home and it's like, vroom. And like just being able to unplug, it really makes you appreciate like that your life is your oyster, and you come home and you're like, okay, wow, I have so much time right now. I can't, because when you're so used to being so busy back in those events and you're like so much energy, and then you can pause, it's like really puts into perspective how fast moving it was and just how much we were doing, like all the connections we made with those like in the past, I think we'd been like, we weren't like hiding backstage, but we were always having to do something, and we didn't really get to like sit and have more individual connections with people at the event. But we've been so more intentional about really having one-on-one time, getting out in the crowds, and we're gonna do that again this year, where we're really getting out in the crowds, meeting people, saying hey, shaking hands, giving hugs and high fives and all the stuff. You're amazing at it. You go through the ticket line in the morning like, what's up, everybody?
Take pictures with hundreds of people before the event, hundreds of people at lunch.
Last year at lunch, I was so determined. They just touched up my hair. I was in my like fourth dress, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on my fuzzy slippers, because I have fuzzy slippers backstage, obviously, because I can't be in heels all the time, and who doesn't want a pair of fuzzy slippers backstage? And I was like, I'm gonna go to the merch table in my fuzzy slippers real fast. And they're like, no, you have to be on and whatever, we won't be able to find you and get you through the crowd. I was like, I want to go sell merch in my fuzzy slippers, and I didn't get to. But this year I'm gonna sell merch in my fuzzy slippers.
All right. To each his own, I guess.
But getting able to really connect with people is what I'm really excited for this year, and like get in the crowds and seeing people and just hearing their stories and what brought them to this point. And it's crazy because there's with most people that come to these events, even my women's event, like they're, oh my gosh, I was fighting with my husband and this. We'd been hating each other, and I just finally decided to get a divorce. I filled my papers and I bought a ticket to Women of Apex, and I'm like, yay. This is a good thing. The divorce is a good thing, right? But a lot of times people have this crazy event happen to them that made them finally take that leap to like decide to invest in themselves. Make that leap of to finally decide to, okay, I've been needing to take this step for my family. I've been needing to take this step to grow my business, and now is the time. And hearing those stories and talking to them about it and letting them know you did the right thing, and we are going to do this together, and it's going to be amazing. And in 3 months, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I went to that event.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I get the same thing from the dudes at $1 Million Mastermind. It's like, I bet on myself and started my own business. Hey, don't quit, brother. It's going to be difficult, but don't quit. You're here with people that have done it, that didn't quit, that have made millions, if not tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Take the notes, take the action, because you make the investment to be somewhere with your time. So the investment plus action equals the return on investment. And, that's what we do for people, is we give them actionable items that will literally change their life. And they come to our events and they go home, they put these things into play, and they watch. We give them the blueprint, and they watch. If they follow the blueprint, they're like, wow, look at this amazing business I've built. Look at this amazing life that I've built, this amazing family that I've built, this amazing body that I've built.
And I think that this highlights too, like what Apex is in and of itself. Like we talked about it at the last podcast we just filmed with Standing on Business, about how, when you're starting a business on your own, when you're taking a big step in your life, most of the time, 99% of the time, your family and those closest to you aren't going to be the ones supporting you.
No, rarely.
You're
lucky if you have that. Super lucky.
Most of the time they'll resent you. And most of the time, like it's just awkward, and it's weird, because you would think like, why aren't you supporting me? Why aren't you buying from me? Why aren't you being a client? Why aren't you showing up at my event? It's weird. It's weird. Yep. But at the same time, that's why we created Apex. This is a community of people that want to grow too. This is a community of people that we want to do something that's next level. We don't want to be ordinary in life. I want to do something awesome. And so I feel like with these events, this is like, it's just like one big party for this awesome community.
Yep.
We've created that community for you. We've created the family that should have been there supporting you. We created the friends that should be there supporting you. This is the community that's going to help you get to that next level personally, professionally. We're going to cheer you on. And when you have troubles, we're going to talk about it. We're not just there to cheer you on. We're there to help you. And I feel like these events are like, okay, we're going to learn, but we're going to have really fun too. It's going to be one big party, but we're going to learn, and we're going to do some amazing stuff too.
and that's the other thing that I think we do that most people don't, is we have this event where you learn all day long and you meet people all day long, and then we party in the nighttime. You're going to have the Champagne Lounge at Women of Apex. We're going to have, Tommy Vex, Dusty Black, and Juicy J performing at the end of the day at MDM, or in the nighttime at MDM. So it's like, work all day. It's like a mullet, work in the day, party in the night, business up front, party in the back.
Nice
We're having a good
work-play
time.
balance, a little
So-
work play, never hurt anybody.
Yep.
Because if you work and you don't balance it out with a little bit of fun, you're going to get burned out.
Yep.
We're helping you balance your work and your professional life and all the fun,
I saw yesterday on Twitter that Juicy J just released a new song with the lady named Suki with the good coochie.
No.
Yeah, it was
That's
a banger.
really her name?
Yeah, that's really her name. She's from Texas too, by the way.
Of course
She
she is.
follows me on Instagram. Believe
Does
it or
she?
not. Fucking, what are the chances? When I clicked on her profile, I was like, oh shit, she follows me. That's fucking
Is she
cool.
coming to MDM too?
I don't know. She might be. She would bring that good coochie with her, I guess. I don't know.
Let's stop with that talk. We're
Like,
gonna
that's an
just
interesting name. You
pump
got to
the
admit that
brakes,
that's a fucking interesting
bring the
name.
train back in the station. Okie dokie. DM her and be like, hey, Suki, you can come. You want to buy a ticket? Yeah, you can come.
There's a
You're
viral
GCJ.
video of her where like this chick that I can't stand, this little pasty white chick, whatever her name is like interviewing her, and she's like, "So you're a musician?" And she's like, "I'm not a musician." She goes, "But
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
I saw that. I think I sent that to you on Instagram.
she was thinking magician instead of, but
She's like,
but-
that's not what I am.
But she said
It's
that she knew
hilarious.
that would go viral, is why she did that. She's a pretty smart lady. Like she knew that would
Yeah.
go viral, so she was like,
That makes
"Think?
sense.
I don't think. That's so low energy."
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It didn't make me want to go look up her music. I was like, this girl. Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that's great. That's
Hey, them
awesome.
Texas girls, those Texas rappers, they do good. Like I like that new Meg Thee Stallion BOA video that I showed you. It's pretty damn cool. It's very creative,
Very creative.
So, but okay, to wind things down, womenofapex.com. If you're a lady, get signed up. If you're a man, sign your lady up, send her there. She'll come back with a better mindset, a better idea, a better community, friends. Like a lot of times guys complain that their wives or significant others go and maybe vent to women that are their friends, and then it's like them against you kind of situation. Like send them to Amy. Let them get around people that they bond with, they talk good about, they rewire their mind, it'll rebuild your marriage. Then make sure both of you show up at milliondollarmastermind.com. Get your tickets, show up. Let us show you how to build a business, build a life, build relationships, build a part of the Apex family. Like, just come tap in with us. We won't let you down. We throw the best events that are out there. We've got 13 years of throwing events. I don't know too many people that have got that much time, that haven't quit, that haven't lost, that have always changed lives, that have always delivered. This is our biggest event for Women of the Year, our biggest event for everybody of the year. We're not going to let you down, and that's what's going on here in Plano, Texas.
Meet the Stewmans.
Meet the Sumans.
High five.
All right.